out their lore? Would you find out their lore like that, or would you have to play with them and hear them talk about their lore? What would be the best way of experiencing their lore and storyline? Playing as them or playing with them? His name is Cazador. Fucking Cazadors. The only thing that means to me is those fucking bugs in Fallout. Yeah, I just looked up what he looks like. I don't remember ever seeing him in the game. It's best to experience it with them in your party, then you can play as them and get extra lore after. Huh.
Another Laren's key.
I need this guy to drop the ring for me. I need the ring of the gods. It's the last thing I need from this asshole. Well, I need the ring of the gods, and I need to kill Vedion 300 times total. But I can go kill Calvarian if I want to. BG3, it's such a good game, but fuck, it's such a time sink thinking about like just how much there is to experience.
Another Laren's key.
Love the Larry keys, baby. Let's open up. I need to check the drop rate article again. I want to see what the drop rate is of the ring. I got to be getting close to it. For example, in the beginning, you'll see Shadowheart every once in a while have a purple glow and sharp pain in her hand, and she'll brush it off. If you play as her, you get unique dialogue of what it is without waiting for your relationship to go up with her. That makes sense. That makes sense. Because if you're playing as her, then you would make sense that you would understand what's happening to you. A ring is 1 in 102. So we're over rate already. What the flip? Give me my ring of the gods. I'll take Sanfus, though. I'm not going to be upset about Sanfus. That does check out, though. That does make sense. Beep, 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 boo. Should check my KCs. I know I've already gotten the 150 task done. Should check my KCs and see how far from the 300 KC I am. It's recommended that you play as your own character first, then do other playthroughs as the origin character. True. Yeah, I'm sure you learn more about the lore talking to the character than you do being the character, but being the character would definitely flush out the missing bits. Because I doubt the characters are going to have some self-referential monologuing thought sequence telling you all the information they would normally tell your played character if you're playing as them. There's only one character I know fuck all about, and it's Will, because I hate him. Why do you hate Will? What did Will do? I'm not gonna lie. Will is another character that didn't even find. Didn't even find him. He's an ass? Wait, he's an ass? Was it you who was simping for Minthara at one point? Queen of all asses? Or was that someone else in chat? It very well could have been someone else. Minthara, yes, the assest ass that's ever asked. I'm guessing by the all caps it was you. Not the all caps. She's my number one. Lazel's my number two. Beating Bazel. That's how close she is. She's number one over Bazel. It's okay. Lazel may be my number two after Gale. Romancing Lazel was the best. the verbiage she uses. The way she talks is too funny. We're 118 and 74. What's that? What's that add up to? 192? Just over 100 more KC to get the ring. Hopefully it happens. Hopefully it happens soon. I can finish the KC out Calvarian. Alright, is that going to turn my heater off? This heater, bro. My heater is very hard to understand. It's way too difficult for my boomer brain. I just want a heater I can turn on and turn off. This one's got 7 different dials. This one's got a freaking little pouch I can put water in if I want to be a humidifier. Everything's like timed. Like even when I turn it off, it's like 30-second timer or whatever. It's like, why do you have a 30-second timer? Just turn off. If I like kick it over, it'll start the 30-second timer too. It's like, bro, it's like a safety feature. Why is there a 30-second timer on a safety feature? What if in that 30 seconds it sets my whole damn house on fire? Why is there a timer? The order of romances in terms of how much I like them. Minthara, Bazel, Shadow Cutie, Karlak, Gale, Astarion, Halson. Will isn't there because I never even get him in my party unless I have Karlak. Okay. Really, Shadowheart is number 3. She's so milquetoast, bro. I don't know. Didn't they add another party member with an update? Didn't they add like another person that could be in your party? Is it that Bard? That Bard lady? Oh, got our dupe Voidwaker braid. Don't need that. Need the ring. Jaheira would be high up there if she was romanceable. Oh, she's not. She's not even romanceable. Damn. Is that so? My Jaheira. Is that the person that shows up at your camp and then gets fucking destroyed by the Dark Urge? Because I remember someone showing up to the camp like, oh yeah, I'll be your ally or whatever. And then Neon's character just fucking like ate them overnight. Just fucking slayed them in cold blood. Oh, that's Alfira. Okay. Different person. Jaheira, Alfira. They rhyme. So it's the same in my brain. Bruh. This guy's pissing me off, bro. Dragon pickaxe, Voidwaker blade, dragon pickaxe. I just want the fucking ring of the gods. Doop doop doop, Scooby Doo. Gale is that low on the list too. I mean, five's not bad. I mean, 5 out of 7 is pretty bad. Give it up, old man. Fucker. I'm a straight male. I mean, I'm kind of a straight male. I still think Gale's really compelling. Okay, maybe I'm not 100% straight. So maybe that's skewing my perception. But yeah, I think him as a character is well written, and that made him more compelling. And if someone's interesting to me, then I automatically like them better, even from like a romantic standpoint. Just did Gale in them because I did everybody else. That's fair. I mean, whether I was actually interested or not, I would still want to do it just to uncover more lore, because there's just so much in that game. His story is really cool, though. It comes from a cool place. Almost never talk to any of the companions anymore. I mean, if you've uncovered a lot between them, then why would you? If you've already explored their lore and their romance options, then oh yeah, Botart. I love this song. You solo runs? Yeah, you just say, fuck my friends. I'm here by myself. Just me and my OP build. Gotta keep it on my charges. I just recharged my Blood Fury. And it's at 12k. That's funny. This site eats charges. I think I literally recharged it earlier today, like when I woke up. Can I post my question in the Discord instead of dumping a huge text in Twitch chat? I don't mind you putting it in chat, but if you want to put it in Discord, that's fine too. I mean, if you put it in like my public Discord, you'll probably have more people answering you than just me. If that's something you want, then definitely post it in Discord. If you don't want that, and you don't want to put it in chat, you can DM me. I'll still read it out loud on stream and answer it normally, though. Just because of the artifact, and she's cute. Yeah, I don't remember ever figuring out what the. No. I definitely remember figuring out what the artifact. I remember the artifact becomes relevant. And she's cute. That's funny. The very important gameplay ramification of she's cute. Post it publicly on the server. I'm happy if anybody else decides to respond. All right, cool. $40 million Slayer XP. We're definitely hitting the 50 mil Slayer sooner than later. Finally deciding to hit these 300 KC tasks has definitely pushed my Slayer up quite a bit. Doing revs and stuff like that too. I'm doing the stuff that I should have done like in the mid game now that I'm decked out. So like I'm not getting any actual upgrades from it because I'm already got best in slot, but it's making the grind super easy. Like I probably would have got more out of this doing it with a dragon longsword on day 3, getting points way faster than I was doing 10-point tasks over and over again, but doing this now is kind of a vibe. Baritone saxophone. Saxophone. I do like that the skeleton's like, you're not blocking this one. If you literally take 2 steps, he misses. Oops. Take this unblockable attack. Oops, I missed because you're 4 feet over from where you started from. Well, he hit that time. I ran the wrong way. One of my friends just got on. I'll be lurking. All right, sounds good. Sounds good, sounds good, sounds good. When you come back, I'll probably be playing a different game. We are just waiting on some homies before we switch to Outlast trials. I know Neon went live too, waiting for the homies for Outlast. Fucking wilderness crabs, bro. Doo-doo-doo. Don't watch that. Watch this. Hounds! Release the hounds! Mr. Burns looking ass. Trying to look at. I got Tubbsy up still. Tubbsy's doing the Echo boss. When I first got to the wilderness, I was trying to do that King Black Dragon Echo boss to unlock the sword and shield that I got on like day 3 that made things a billion times more fun. He's finally working on unlocking it now. And he was saying, he's like, oh, I should go grind this out to make it easier. I should grind this out. And I'm just like, brother, you got this, bro. You got this. What you're experiencing is not a gear issue. It's a skill issue that you can definitely overcome. And he's got it. He literally, like, within fucking, like, 20 minutes of me saying that, he's got the boss down pat. And he's killing it, like, the kills are taking a while, but he's doing, like, such a good job. It's, like, not an issue. So I'm just waiting to see him finally get that fucking drop. I think I am homies. You're one of the homies, that's for sure. It's you and Trentley that we're gaming with tonight, Dan. It's gonna be a hilarious group. How many hours do you have in Outlast Trials? Does it say on your Steam? How many hours you've played OLT? $17.7. Oh, that's a decent amount, actually. That's a decent amount. It's me. I'm homies. Beep, 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 boop, beep, doop, beep, doop. What are my hours on that game? Update pause. Not enough free disk space. Uh-oh. I need to update. Oh my god, I'm at 143 hours. I think Neon switching after this match. Oh, then I better fucking update this shit ASAP. Uh-oh. Do I have anything I can uninstall from here? I can uninstall Lockdown Protocol, but it's like a gigabyte game. I don't want to uninstall PlateUp because I want to play PlateUp again ASAP. Do I have disk space now? Not enough free disk space. I have a program for disk checking. What program am I using? WizTree, I think it's called. WizTree. This should tell me where I can make disk space easily. I mean, I know what I could do. I could just uninstall a game that I don't play very much, but I've already uninstalled DVD. What else am I going to uninstall? Okay, I see what I should uninstall. There we go. Now we're making room. There we go. Patching 41 gigabytes. Oh my days. The shit better the shit better move fast. Oh my god, here we go. Rob has written an essay here. My Swift went up against this blight. That 4-man slugged us. And looking back on the video, I can see our mistakes. Towards the end of the match, I was slugged in front of the main on Irie, while 2 people were injured. And Yui Healthy was getting chased near me. I was on the floor for 45 seconds while Zarina was self-healing. And Alan greeted Jens, and Yui was getting chased, but not communicating where chase was going. Yui took chase where Zarina was, which interrupted her heal, which led to her getting slugged shortly after because she was out of position to dodge. Alan hovered over my body as Blight went back and forth between my body and Zarina's body, which eventually led to everybody going down shortly after. When I discussed it with my Swift, I noticed 2 of them were very dismissive of the feedback. Feel like my Swift not knowing clock callouts or using some sort of precise communication method to call where the chase is going led to a lot of guessing and inefficient play. Death spots weren't prioritized, which led to us getting zoned close to each other, and down next to each other was like begging for a slug. The Blade had no slugging perks, they had nothing to help them do it. 2 of them turned the feedback on me, saying I didn't communicate if Blade was near me when I was downed, despite Alan greeting Jens and Zarina self-healing near me when they should have gone to pick me up after I fully recovered on the floor. I'm frustrated because I have comp experience, and the precise comms allowed us to know what the killer is doing 99% of the time. There's a lot of guessing with this Swift since nobody is really saying anything. Don't you think they're in the wrong for expecting to come back from a 4-person slug on Irie pros with lax communication? I feel like there's no improvement to be had here. That's a lot to unpack. Rob. For starters, don't you think they're in the wrong for expecting to come back from a 4-person slug on Irie with lax communication? I mean, it doesn't sound like they care about winning very much, or at least nearly as much as you do to begin with. So maybe they weren't expecting to come back from a 4-person slug on Irie. I know in most cases where you're going up against I know in most cases where I've been on a 4-man Swift, if we were getting slugged by an S tier, we'd probably just go next because that sounds boring as fuck. I don't think anybody I've ever played with as a 4-person team would ever really care that much about it. So I'm kind of in the I kind of don't think they really cared, maybe, or at least they seemed like they didn't care. So if you were to just explain that situation to me, I think the main person to blame in that situation is the Zarina. For sure. If she is truly that close to you that she could have picked you up without actually putting herself in danger during the chase with the Yui, then 100% the Zarina's at fault. Because if you're gonna self-care to make a play, do it somewhere safe. That's on you. And Of course, the person getting chased should communicate where they are. It's 1,000 times more important for the person on the gen and the person healing to communicate where they are than it is for the person getting chased to communicate where they're going. It's way easier for someone in chase to maneuver around another person than it is for people to try to maneuver around the person in chase. Person in chase is the person at the steering wheel. Everybody else is the fucking pylon. Knowing where the pylons is important.
Another brimstone key.
Whereas
Another Laren's key.
the pylons aren't going to aptly be able to move themselves because that person in chase is still ultimately going to have to read and react to the killer. So the biggest issue that you guys were facing was 100% the Zarina either self-carrying in a bad position to begin with or prioritizing a self-care over picking you up. If there was an opening to pick up a slug, it takes 2 seconds and you guys can both retreat to safety. You guys can reset each other faster than a self-heal. So, like, there's really no situation where self-carrying nearby the situation is a smart call. Either totally remove yourself from the situation and self-care safely, or go to make the play and then reset safely. Just self-carrying yourself while you're in danger is a dumb play, no matter how you slice it. Unless you're rocking, like, bite the bullet or something clutch, or if you're resetting yourself with, like, a really good medkit or something, then that's more understandable because you're not spending, like, a fucking full minute to heal yourself. I assume they cared about winning because they all got mad and the Allen rage quitted and even left the call. I mean, so in this situation, I'm kind of like torn. Like, if there's one gen left, you know, if that's a situation, there's like one gen left and Allen's greeting gens, 100% he's doing the right thing, you know? But if there's like 3 gens left and you're already one person slugged, one person injured, one person in chase, and he's greeting gens, then he's a fuck up. Then he's probably the most at fault because he should be rotating as the healthy person to go make the play. If it's gonna be the make or break between clutching the escape for any amount of people on the team, there were 2 gens left. I mean, that's kind of a gray area. If it's like gens are pumping or whatever, and he thinks that he could pop those 2 gens while the play is being made between the other 3 people, then yeah, go nuts. Somebody being on a gen, that's how you win the game. But, you know, if a gen just popped, there's no gen progress and 2 gens to go, then no, you're not going to greed 2 full gens while one person's slugged, one person's in chase, and another person's injured. That Allen needs to move his fucking ass and go make the play. At the end of the day, you were saying that the UE wasn't communicating at all where the chase was going or anything like that, and the UE brought the chase to the Zarina, which ended up effectively sandbagging the Zarina healing. The UE is not at fault in the slightest here. As far as I'm concerned, too, if you're getting chased by an S tier, it's on the whole team to react to what's happening in your chase. 0% of fault is on if you're getting chased by an S tier and you have to do something to make the chase last 10, 15 seconds longer, do it because that's the right call, and your team needs to react to that. So nothing that the UE did was wrong. So whatever the UE was doing is totally fine. You know, if this arena was healing in a smarter place, it wouldn't have been a factor to begin with. So my initial thing about reading that story is, if you're on Irie, you got slugged in front of main, crawl up the stairs. That's where she should be healing to begin with, is up the stairs, where the audio occlusion is going to save her from ever being found, and where the chase is never going to go. Both you guys should have been upstairs. Crawl your ass up the stairs where she's healing. That should have been the solution in my mind. I think everybody was out of place. I think the person least at fault was the person that was in chase. They may have been the reason that people went down, but they were not at fault. Let's go. All right, I'm ready. My update is almost done updating. We have less than a gigabyte left on this update. I mean, I can see why people would be frustrated, because even if you guys played well, I'd be frustrated because you're getting slugged by a fucking blight. Like, that's just boring gameplay. It's just dog shit gameplay at the end of the day. I think if you're joining a Swift expecting clock callouts and shit from people who don't have comp experience and stuff, then you're expecting too much from your teammates. And I think if you're getting frustrated because they don't have that, they're not providing that level of communication or whatever, then you just need to find different people to play with. Because at the end of the day, they're going to play the way they play. And if it's not up to your standards or whatever for you to have fun, then that's on you to find the group that you need. Like, if they're not going to learn, if they're not going to change, then, you know, all you're going to end up is frustrated at the end of the day. You're like banging your head against a brick wall expecting it to cave. I don't care that much. I like to talk about it to improve. I'm more frustrated by their attitude, but yeah, I feel like my expectations are high. Yeah, I feel like caring about the outcome enough to type a fucking essay about it is case in point that you care more than they do. At least your actions versus their actions make it seem like you care a lot more than they do. I would be frustrated too. I also wouldn't care enough to fucking start mandating clock callouts in my Swifts. I mean, then again, it does make things easy. It is a very easy to learn. It's not like some clock callouts or some massive skill expression. All right, let's switch to Outlast Trials. Goddamn, gets me every time. All right, we are in the waiting room. I gotta switch back to push to talk. Bingo bango. Maybe I'm unaware of how I feel in regards to this if I type out something long. Maybe I'm not so honest with myself. I mean, I'm not saying that, like, you care deeply about it, but you care enough to at least bring it up. I mean, just as a point of conversation, when I read that, I think, you know, putting everybody's, like, feelings or frustration aside, from a purely